All right, mic check, mic check. Morning Masters Podcast. Your host, Maine, of course. Got a special guest across from me, man. I got DJ Swagg in the building. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm good. I'm good, man. I appreciate
How you
the
been?
invite. Man, I'm good, man. I'm blessed.
Yeah,
Can't
man. You
complain.
I say this right when I always speak to you. I said you one of probably one of the hardest working people in the city that people don't see because you're always working.
That's definitely me, man. I'm always finding something to do.
Like I feel like if you don't know you, like know you enough to know like the things you're into and what you're involved with.
Yeah.
Because you don't speak on everything you're involved with. Obviously, sometimes you behind the scenes a lot of stuff. But if you don't know you to speak on the things that you're involved with, you'll think that you just a DJ and that's it. Like that's all you are.
Most people either know me for whatever it is they know me to do. So it's either they know me as the DJ or they know me for the Band of Brothers or they know me because I'm the military and veteran affairs director for the Black Chamber or they just know because they went to school. A lot of people don't realize like everything that I
That you do.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like you need to speak on the things you do, or it's kind of like you just kind of let it go wherever it go?
For me, I just keep working because
Here we go.
I
See?
haven't reached those goals in each one of those areas. It's kind of like I ain't need to be saying, I need to be talking. Let me just keep working. They'll realize it sooner or later, but by then I go and add on another hat, so I'm doing something else. So it never dawns on me that they don't realize
Everything you do.
everything I do.
And I'm gonna get into it in a minute. Let's start off like I normally start off people like. So let's talk about your background, just where you from, and then like just your life. So like you born and raised here. Like what's your upbringing like household?
Born and raised here in Augusta, Georgia. Mom and dad split when I was about 11 years old, so became the man of the house then, single parent home, mom.
You the oldest?
Yeah, I was the oldest.
wow.
Oldest of four. Mom worked 2 jobs and was going to school to go, to get her GED and everything. So it was hard. Went to Josie, class of 97.
Even harder. You went to Josie
Exactly.
in the 90s?
In the 90s. So, it was rough back then. So,
Damn.
Just a typical.
When I hear Josie, right, and I hear a lot of stories. I don't know where you lived at during this time, but I hear a lot of stories, of course, of which is no longer, but Sunset, of course, at the time. Anytime I hear like history, I love history, especially Augusta history. But anytime I hear history, when I think about the South Sides and the Sunsets, people think that those are that in the 2000s or early 2000s, 2019s, whatever, that those neighborhoods are tough now. Just imagine back then when there wasn't no phones,
Man,
when you could walk there fully clothed and walk out naked, maybe.
it was worse. If we had headphones back then, it would have been a lot worse. Like, these kids know nothing. What y'all are doing now, trust y'all are not doing nothing new. Like, we did it just without phones and getting caught. That's all that is.
Definitely. So I guess I want to ask that a little bit too, like real quick, like you being the oldest of 4, and then your parents being 11. How did that affect you, if at all?
It was hard. It was hard. I'm named after my dad, so it was it was rough. So I reminded her so much of him, and even my attitude and stuff. So
That gotta be tough. Jesus Christ.
It was hard, but I got through it. It made me who I am. I joined the Marine Corps right after high school, and I was out of here. The first chance I got to get out of Augusta, I was gone. I didn't want to stay here.
Before I'm glad you said that. That's because that's probably a big theme of what we're gonna be talking about too, though.
Okay.
But just with your family, right? With your mom working 2 jobs and working to get her GED, did that do anything for you as far as like I have to complete high school, I have to do this? Or did she stress that to you enough? Or?
Education was number one with mom. She didn't care about nothing else. We had 2 jobs. Take care of school, take care of the house. That was it. And watching her work both those jobs and then go get, after she got her GED, turn around and go take college classes. And again, she's working 2 jobs, and that motivated me.
Mm-hmm.
She's doing all of that for us, and for her just to take care of us. And we're in this situation. You know what? I'm gonna get my education. I'm gonna get my diploma because she didn't get her diploma. She had to get a GED. No, I'm gonna go get my diploma, and then I'm gonna go to school, and I'm gonna do it this way when I get older. So it for me, it kind of did put a little something in me.
That's dope, man. I love to hear. I love to hear triumphant stories with people and their mom, but I don't know what it is. I got a soft spot for like black mom. I don't know what it is. I just do, bro. I just do.
I love my mom. I can say now that she's my best friend. Like when her and my dad split, that time frame in there, like, hey, nah, I can honestly say we didn't. I didn't like her. I didn't. I first chance I got the hell out of Augusta. I was gone. I didn't look back, But now she's my best friend. After sitting down talking with her and we're older and actually kind of getting to look at things from her perspective as an adult now and a parent. You know what I'm saying? Now I get some of it. I understand it now.
Damn. See, when you. I'm not. I like to be chill when I'm doing my interviews. So like when you say that, you bring up something else. I start thinking to people, and I know that me asking these questions is going to help them. But you being a teenager, you know what I'm saying, or just I'm just a young boy, and you not necessarily getting along. Let's say getting along with your mom. And do you think it was more so because of how she was parenting you and the man she wanted you to become? Was that where y'all was clashing at?
That I don't know. I think it was maybe a little bit of that, and I can only say it may have been a little bit of resentment because of my dad. She was still hurting from that, and again, it was the 90s. It was a tough time.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? If you were, I can honestly say back then, if the moms weren't as tight on us like they had been, it'd been more of us dead or more of us in jail. So I mean, for what was going on in the time frame, she did exactly what she felt like she needed to do.
I asked that because I'll be considered in that age group, but let's say people younger than me, let's say younger parents now in this era, not the 90s, but this era now, right? I wonder because I have this. People ask me all the time, like, what should I do here? What should I do there? They might have a son, might have a daughter, or whatever, or just a kid, and they wonder if they're being too hard by doing certain things, right? And it really can't answer them questions, but I often try to tell them, like, you don't want to make it seem like it could lead to X, Y, Z. I'm going to say jail, death, whatever, right? Yeah. But I say you also got to think like it could lead to that because it starts sometimes right where you think it shouldn't start. You think they're too young. They're only 5, it's whatever. All right. But before you know, you blink your eye, they 9. And it's still problem. The problem is still occurring.
Yeah. For me, what I kind of do is I tell them start early. The reason being, like you said, for me, it is either you're gonna be dead or in jail. Mm-hmm. Those are the final consequences. So if whatever it is I'm teaching you, if I'm teaching you and you're not getting it, me as a parent, I have to find ways to introduce some kind of consequences because the end result is dead or jail.
Right.
So if I don't figure it out, how you're gonna learn this, then again, there's only one end result.
Right.
So that for me, it's kind of start early. It's just simple. I'm not saying beat your kids, no, but there are ways of disciplining your child,
definitely.
And throughout different ages, so that they understand that there are consequences. You can't do what you want to.
And I think that be the problem sometimes too. This with the parenting tip is that we are in a totally different era now. So even beating them, you can really get in trouble for trying to be a good parent at this day and age, right?
Facts.
You can get in trouble. Before, I was being younger, I was in school, and I remember I seen a few kids, their parents come up and whoop them in school, not in front of us, so to speak. Yeah. I've seen that one time or two, but in the bathroom or whatever. Now it's like, you do that, you might get arrested. You end up getting arrested trying to make sure that your kid isn't on that path of death or jail.
Yeah, it's sad the way society views that part of it. Me personally, I'd rather the mom or the dad come to school and whoop the child in front of the classroom, in front of everybody, instead of later on that day, everybody's laughing at them and crying because that child don't kill somebody and now they on their way to jail.
Damn, I forgot about that too.
I mean, that's how I'm looking at it. Yeah. Again, I keep there's only one end result.
Yeah.
And yes, that's the harsher, but in reality, once our kids leave us, that's the world.
That's it.
There is no, hey, no, stop, don't do that. No, you can't do that. No, there is no more of that. It's police officer or somebody in the streets that's gonna show them.
I try to simplify it when I talk to people sometimes. I say like either you govern it now or you leave authorities to govern it later on, and you know what we deal with when they're governing things.
Facts.
So yeah, that was dope. I hate to get attention like that, but I had to, you speak on a lot of topics a lot of times too. So like I've watched long enough to know that you're also. I'm gonna add jobs to you today as we're speaking. You're also a conversationalist. All right,
appreciate it.
So I'm gonna throw that in there. Activist as well. So, but I want to get back to you leaving. You going into the you said Marine
Corps. Happy birthday, Marines!
Oh yeah, happy birthday! I
yes,
seen you
happy
post that today
birthday.
too.
Yeah.
I was trying to do my research. Two questions, 2-part question. One, what was one of the reasons you needed or you felt you wanted to get out of Augusta? Two, why the Marines?
It was Augusta. It was nothing here. It was everybody was dealing drugs at that time.
Did 96, right?
Yeah, 97. I mean, everybody's dealing drugs, is fighting. It was there's no jobs here. It was I didn't want to be here. And then again, my home life with my mom at the time, I didn't want to be here. I wanted an escape. I knew there was something greater than Augusta, Georgia.
Right.
Wasn't going in the Army. Everybody goes in the Army. I ain't doing that.
You gotta be different, right?
Navy, that's water. I'm not going. Other than the rain, I'm not going in the water. It's not happening. And it was either Air Force or Marines. And the Marine Corps called me first, and actually the Air Force called me like a week later, but it was too late. And come to find out, it was like 9-10 of us that all went to Joe's, that all went into the Marine Corps like together, like back to back. So it was real cool.
And because Joe, I don't know if it's the same back then, but when I went to Joe's, it was like an Air Force school though, if I'm mistaken. They JRTC was like Air Force. Yeah. I know a little something. I ain't know what JRTC and stuff was when I came down here. I was like, why are they dressed like this? What's going on?
Yeah. Matter of fact, I think we messed up the ROTC recruiter with that because they was pushing Air Force, but we literally had all Marines. Yeah, it was like one person out of everybody went to the Air Force, but everybody else was Marines.
I know for a fact they probably call him like, hey, what's going on at your school, man? Why are these kids going to Marines? y'all are Air Force base.
Hey man, we knew who we were.
But what the time in the Marines, like how did that shape and mold you? Like, I know you came back home or you came back at some point. But like, what was that experience like being in the Marines? They say it's top of the top. They say it's the best. They say Marines and then it's everybody else.
Best decision of my life. I can honestly say it took me from being a little boy and it turned me into a grown man. It just did. It taught me how to survive and take care of myself. Did it teach me how to be a father and a husband and a boyfriend? No, it didn't teach me none of that. But it taught me how to be a man and protect myself and survive and to move in the world. So that's honestly, to me, that was the best thing I could have did for myself.
In the Marines, like what would they describe you as in there? 'Cause I know everybody got their own things. You one way in home and then go to the Marines. You grow up in there. It's like what would they? How do your they call them battles, I guess. I don't know. Is that the term or is that just Army term? I don't know these terms.
No. We got divisions and companies and all of that. A lot of my Marines would pretty much they would tell you I was an asshole.
Oh, okay. So you ain't changed too much.
No, I ain't saying too much. But you know what? I'm the best asshole you could have in your life.
Oh, explain that to me.
Yes, I'm an asshole. But if you call me at 3:00 in the morning, yeah, I'm gonna cuss you out. But I'm there at 3:15 to come get you.
I like that.
I'm in jail. All right, I'm on the way. Yes, I'm gonna cuss you out. Yeah, you might have had, maybe I'm gonna put you on duty for a couple of days. I'm not gonna write you up. You're not gonna lose no rank. Nobody besides me and you know that you was in jail. Everybody know you on duty for a month, but they don't. But
they don't know why.
They don't know why. You didn't lose no money. You didn't lose no rank. So I was that asshole. But again, I was the asshole you needed. I had your back no matter what. So I'm the same way out here.
When did I'm not trying to skip over it, but when did you get into DJing? Did you get into DJing in the Marines? Or
I got into DJing in the Marine Corps while I was a security guard.
So how that happened? You was secure and they said, hey, we need a DJ. You jumped up and
let's see. I was stationed in North Carolina and I had just came back from Iraq. No, I hadn't even been to Iraq the first time. I had just came back from some deployment though.
Hold on, what year was this? This is like 2001, 2002?
2004.
All right, keep going. I gotta ask you a question. Keep going. Okay.
Yeah, this like 2004, 2005, somewhere right in there. I was like, 235 at the time. And I wanted some extra money and I was like, hey, I'd go work security guard.
You was 235. Oh, you was heavy set?
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
wow.
I wasn't fat. I was just
a little stock. Okay.
Yeah, I was a little stock. But yeah, I make some extra money. I'm gonna go be a security guard. I like music anyway, and I frequent the club, a few times out of the month. You know, I just might as well just be here, be a security guard. And I ain't got to pay to be in here to listen to music and look at the women and everything. I'm just here.
Okay.
I'm good.
So how'd you get good at it? You just self-taught?
Believe it or not, as a security guard, I worked my way from the bathroom all the way up to the security guard that stands on stage next to the DJs. So once I got in that position, by then I was already hanging with the DJs, carrying their equipment, the speakers, hooking stuff up, taking stuff apart. So I was learning that stuff. But once I got on stage, now I can actually watch, you know, how they was doing. It wasn't so much their techniques and what they were doing. I watched the psychology of it. I got to watch how they use music to manipulate the crowd.
Tell me more.
I got to pay attention and see how the crowd reacted anytime they changed the music. They changed the vibe. You could, if they wanted you to go to the bar and drink, they knew what song to play to make you stop dancing and go to the bar and drink, and you did it. They know if the bar was getting overcrowded, they needed everybody back to the dance floor. They knew what songs to bring you right back to the dance floor right then. Oh, y'all about to fight? Okay, we'll switch it to these songs right here. You're not even thinking about fighting anymore. It was that for it that what really made me want to DJ even more. Just the behavior
That's dope.
that music had.
I didn't really think about the fact that, technically speaking, I guess if it's like how you saying, the DJ kind of does control the party. I'm not saying everything is their fault, of course. I'm just saying they control the vibe, the mood of the party. That music is that important, and their selections and how they view the crowd and how they feed up the energy from the crowd is really important.
Music is powerful, and if you got a DJ that can read a room and for the most part play the music that the majority want, it might not be what you personally want to hear, but the majority is all vibing to it, and it's like that the whole night, you got a successful night. Nobody's lost any money, nobody's fighting and all of that. That is hard. A lot of the newer DJs think, oh, just play this song right here, get it crunk. I'm just gonna play this song right here, play this song right here. I'm gonna play it this way. They're just not even reading the crowd. I like this, so I'm gonna play this.
Well, you bring up a good point. I'm gonna go off the vibe energy. The question I got, I'm gonna keep my mind, but I'm gonna go off the vibe energy right now. You brought up a good point when you said that the new DJs and stuff like that, right? Yeah. And I hate to even like to separate the two, but you kind of have to, because it's kind of like saying you're an old DJ, but you just like I see on the Drake and 21 Savage song, they got a song called Privileged Rappers, and in one of the bars, I think it's something like these rappers don't know what it take like to be where we at, because now it's easy. TikTok, you blew up, cool, you made it now, right?
Yeah.
So to speak. For some people, it's that easy. So how you just said, like, even your DJing story was like, well, I started as a security guard, really. Yeah. I worked my way up to work to the booth. That wasn't your plan, but that's how you got. That's your story of getting there.
Yeah.
Versus somebody saying, oh, I was at a party one day, I put my playlist on, and everybody liked my music, so I figured, why not? I could DJ now. You see, it's two different stories, and those two different stories.
And normally, that's what you hear now more or less. So I don't want to take nothing from those DJs that they might be good DJs, but for me, it's the actual work ethic. It's the technicalities of it. Okay, cool. You got your playlist. You can play music that way. Okay, now what happens if that speaker go out? Mm-hmm. What happens if the mixer go out? What if the mic go out? What if the lights go out? It's all the technical stuff behind it. You call yourself a DJ, but as a DJ, you're supposed to know all this other stuff. Well, nah, you just a jukebox. You can play music. That's it.
Oh, I like that. You just a jukebox.
You call yourself a DJ, but you don't have your own equipment. You're borrowing other people's equipment. How are you a DJ? It's not taking nothing from them, but it's that. It's from my era, what made you a DJ is when you had all the equipment, plus the crates full of records.
Right.
And and you had all your speakers. That made you a DJ.
Yeah.
Now, all you gotta do is have a laptop. Oh, I'm a DJ.
Yeah, sometimes they ain't got that. They just got a phone. With an aux cord.
Like, nah, that ain't it.
Aside from that too, like you mentioned, like even back, I hear a lot of DJ stories about even them coming up and wanting a DJ, and they coming up under another DJ, them carrying the crates, and that's it's like, well, how can I say? It's not like they picking, but it's like when a freshman, when a rookie's in the NBA, They got him carrying the bags. He ended up being a star later on, cool, but they haze him at first, we're gonna get you right. See if you're serious.
It's dudes. It's dudes. Yep. If you wanna be in this industry and you wanna do okay, hey, carry those crates. Cause guess what? Those same DJs, that's the top DJs, at one point, they worked for somebody else.
Bingo.
And they carried those crates. They set up the speakers, they plugged everything, and at the end of the night, they tore it all down, they packed everything up. It's paying those dues until it's your turn to be the man.
Right.
But when you become the man, you're the one that's paying everybody to do what you were doing.
Yeah. Yep.
That's the thing. Nobody wants to do that. They want to be the man, but they don't want to take care of anybody.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Nah, when you're the man, you take care of everybody because they're the ones putting up all you. They're the ones putting your stuff up and putting it out there. So it's that. DJs just want to be the man without doing any of the work.
You know what? You bring a good point too. See, I told you you're a conversationalist. You bring up a good point because I've been talking about like being a leader and being in charge and just not leading the way and whether you're managing or just you the man of the house or you the lead, you wear the pants in your relationship, whatever the case may be. You're the oldest sibling. I think a lot of times, like you say, with the person that's when you be the man, when you become a man as a DJ or whatever fills you in and you put your dues in. Putting them dues in goes a long way because when you become the man, you know everything it took to be there. So naturally, you supposed to not only are you gotta carry yourself like the man, but you make sure that you can lead in a certain way. You can, like you said, when the lights go out, you know what happens. So if you got people carrying crates, they're not just carrying crates, they're carrying crates. They're carrying because they're trying to be you. So you got to lead by example. You got to be able to show them, like, hey, this is how you gonna lead. This is how you do this. This is how you maneuver in this situation. So I think it's all that. And that's not just in DJing, it's anything. Whether you got a son, you can't teach your son to be a man if you ain't a real man. You know what I'm saying? Your wife or your girl ain't gonna listen to you if you can't lead for real. That's why they don't listen to you.
Exactly.
When a guy tell me my girl don't listen, I'm like, damn, you don't lead well. I'm be honest. That's how I feel. I'm like, you don't lead well.
And that's what it is. What it is, a lot of the newer artists and DJs, what y'all don't understand is the little things that people are asking you to do now. You're looking at them like, oh, that's little and petty. But those little things is what's going to make or break your career in the end.
Yep.
Not saying you don't know how to carry a crate. That's going to keep you from being a DJ. No.
Yeah.
But it's the simple fact of you can't follow instructions.
Yep.
If you can't follow simple instructions, no, you can't be a great DJ because you want to do your own thing. You're looking at, again, the end results, and you don't want to do any of the work.
I think there's so much discipline involved in trying to be great, and people don't realize the discipline. They don't see it when it's in front of them. Like this is the discipline. So they look at it as disrespectful. I ain't doing all that. That's crazy to do all that. It's discipline. Sometimes it's just simple as that. It's a discipline. It's showing you something. There's a lot of things I do in the Marines. I'm pretty sure you probably was like, the hell are we doing this for? And even you're younger, right? I know people younger be like, we never used algebra, but you don't realize you use algebra all the time, and it ain't math. It's situations.
It's just exactly
like
situation.
9x take away this equals this. That's a situation.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's like me saying, if Swag does this and that person does that, what would that happen? What would happen then? That's algebra.
And it's algebra.
But I don't think people realize that. Like they think that we don't use them. Like, no, this is you think in numbers. You're not thinking all the way.
Yeah.
You know?
Believe it or not, that's how I teach math to because I actually tutor math to some kids who don't understand.
Tutor to your
yes,
list of jobs.
I tutor also, but I tutor math, and that's how I get them to understand the math. I instead of it being numbers, I associate words or things they do in their life.
Right.
Like one of the kids I tutor plays football. Easy. Okay, let me put footballs in here. Now you can understand it with the yards and the footballs and the players. Something that you do every day.
All the time.
Let me show you how you can take math and put it right into it. Oh, I didn't know that. See, now you know how to do it.
Yeah. And it's funny because algebra ain't nothing but life when you think about it, bro. It's just life, right?
Like I said, it's situations. If A is minus X,
that's it.
Equal.
And I think in hindsight, we don't realize we do that all the time.
Yeah.
Even before we at the age we learn algebra, we've been doing it.
Algebra just it's teaching you how to mentally and logically process situations. That's all algebra is. You don't look at it as the math. Look at it as the actual process of thinking. It's just the logic.
I like that though. That's dope. That is dope. So to get back into you, like, so you DJing out there in North Carolina, right?
Yeah.
All right. So when did you start to act like you feel like you started to like really be good at the craft, like in order to be known? I know you started doing that one club, but as far as like I'm a DJ now for real.
Man, let's see here. It was some years before I finally said I was the man. I did security guard. I was learning the DJ in the background. The DJ I was working with, who was teaching me how to DJ, he got killed in the club. So it wasn't until after he got killed in the club, I decided to be super serious about DJing and started getting my own equipment and putting myself out there.
I guess I don't want to skip over that because I mean DJing. One thing I say, you in a club most times.
Yeah.
A lot of shootings happen in the club. A lot of fights happen in the club. A lot of violence happen in the club.
Yeah.
A lot of illegal activities happen in the club. Right.
Everything happened in the club.
It's not a safe job, so to say the least. You know, we
No.
talk about rappers not being safe, but a DJ not a safe job as well.
Yeah.
You even got people that want you to play things and they willing to pay, and you like, I ain't doing that. Now they upset.
And it was one of those situations.
Oh, damn.
Believe it or not, Christmas. Quick story. It was Christmas night, and we had a security. We had a security team, Pitbull Security. That was our security team, and it was 2 DJs that we did security for. They decided they wanted to split up and do 2 different events on Christmas that night, which means security team had to split. Half of us went one DJ, the other half went with another DJ. Well, not saying that half that went with the other DJ that got killed didn't do their job. They did. They were just short-handed in the country. And where he was shot and killed at would be it was exactly the spot I would have stood at to keep anybody from coming to the DJ booth to even bother me in the first place. So I was literally the last man that before you even got to the DJs, you had to talk to me before you even got to them.
Damn.
Yeah.
That sucks, man. How did that affect you?
Yeah, man, it affected all of us that night. I mean, we all lost a best friend. You know, we lost a hell of a DJ. It hurt us, but it made me go ahead and say, hey, I want to be a DJ more than anything now.
I wanted to talk about this quickly. Ask you a question. Like you say you was in, how long was you in the Marines for? From what to what?
13 years. I did 1997 up to 2010.
Well, anytime I found out somebody was in the I just say military or Marines rather. During this time, I would ask them. So 9/11, right? Because you mentioned being in Iraq or Iran.
Yeah, Iraq.
How was that? Was that scary at that time?
Hell yeah. Yeah, it was scary.
I can imagine. I was scared. I lived in New York at the time. That's where I'm from, and I lived there. And I remember not being able to sleep for like months because I kept feeling like planes were just gonna land in my roof and they were just gonna start shooting. I don't know why I thought that for. I just did.
I was at dental that morning. I was going in there to go get a cleaning, and we watching the news. We just watching the news, CNN, and next thing you know, we just watch a plane just flying towards the building. We all looking at it, and next thing you know, it hit the building, blew up. About 2 minutes later, you heard the siren for the siren for the whole base go off, which meaning pretty much, you know, if we were called into action. What, 2 months after that, I was in Iraq advance party for the first time. Not Iraq. We was in Kuwait for the first time.
And so I was always told, because I had a Marine person, a recruiter, try to get me to do it. And my mom told me this one thing, I didn't do it. She was like, well, you know, Marines be the first to go. I said, okay, I'm good. I am good on that. I do not want to go. I am okay.
We are the first to go, and sometimes the last ones to get pulled out.
Jesus Christ. How long was you there? How long was you out there for?
I went to Iraq the first time, 9 months, and 7 months the second time.
You went another time? You came home and said, hey, I'm going to go back?
Well, I was there when the whole Iraq kicked off. So I was advanced party before the war even started. We was there prepping. Then when the war started, I was there all the way until the first wave of it. Went home. They sent some other Marines out there for like 6-7 months. When they came back, they sent me back out for another 7 months.
What was your mindset like when you was out there? I'm only asking this because, like, me being younger, I'm only seeing, at the time, CNN was like a prevalent news station. You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't have Twitter and all this stuff. You can get your news from anywhere now, their own timeline, even though they don't know what they're talking about, right? But at the time, if I watch CNN, that gave me nightmare because all I'm seeing is these people in wraps and turbans with these big guns. Like, yo, some big guns.
Man,
you hear people dying.
It's different. I learned very quickly. What you see on TV is not the world.
Okay,
that's the sugar coated nice side of it. It's different. Believe it or not, my second time in Iraq, just got there first morning. You know, after everything's kind of smooth, you know what I'm saying, cooled down a little bit. Beautiful morning, I'm outside taking pictures of the sunrise in Iraq over the desert.
Taking pictures of what though?
Of the sunrise.
No, taking pictures with what? A camera?
With a camera.
That's funny.
Yeah. it was one of the ones you roll up to. So I'm out there taking pictures with an actual camera, not a phone, with a camera, and they started mortaring us. This is like 6:00 in the morning, and I'm out in the open field. Shouldn't have been out there that far away from everybody, and I had to low crawl all the way back to the campsite.
When you said mortar, I don't know what that means. They were shooting?
Yeah, they were shooting really big rounds.
Damn.
That explode. Yeah.
And you out there taking pictures? You think you just
I'm just
thinking
out there.
You having a good time?
Man, I'm out there looking at the sky like, oh my God, I'm in Iraq again. This is beautiful.
So the first time I wasn't like that.
Nah, first time I didn't even notice. I mean, first time it was really war, so it was war for me. The second time, it's not so much wartime. It still was wartime, but I
kind of had it under control.
Yeah, we won. We kind of got everything in control. We just trying to mop up the little resistances here and there, and surprise.
I got some good story. I got a story from you. I got a story from my guy Wayman. He was in the Army though, and he said that they used to do this thing where I guess I don't know the term, but just say y'all be at y'all station or whatever, and they would send kids to try to get food or something like that, right? And they usually send a little girl because it's a little girl, and then what they'll do is everybody come around because it's a nice looking girl rather, you know. Everybody come around and they'll just throw a bomb. They'll kill a girl too. They'll just throw a bomb and kill a girl and try to kill the whole platoon.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, they try all kind of stuff at the front gates. We had convoys, had to go out on convoys.
That's what it was.
We get shot at on convoys, and what a lot of people don't realize is our country operates under the Geneva Convention. Well, other countries don't operate under that. And the Geneva Convention is basically just a set of rules when you go to war.
Okay.
The do's and don'ts of when you go to war. Well, we operate that way. They don't. So a lot of times we're taking incoming fire, and we can't shoot back until somebody who's not even there says okay. You can shoot back.
I hear that on movies sometimes. They waiting, hey, can we? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So that is a real thing. Y'all thinking, y'all just shoot back. Nah, that's not how that works.
How accurate? I know it's a rare question we're gonna ask anyway. How accurate is Saving Private Ryan, like as far as like military style? I don't know if you know that.
That's a lot of the older military, what you saw, that was pretty accurate. It's pretty spot on. That's how a lot of that stuff happened.
Anybody who's seen that movie and then they still went to the military, I gotta commend them because that's one thing I'm like, oh yeah, I'm good. I'm good on that. You think you're in a war zone out here?
Yeah, that's how the war zones were back then. Now it's a little bit more sophisticated, more house to house. We do more, other stuff prior to, so it's not as bad. But that's what y'all saw in the movies. That's how war was up until now.
As you come back home, are you affected by that? I know some people they was depressed, PTSD, all the other stuff. Like, did you feel like you was affected by anything from the military?
I was messed up pretty bad from Iraq. After the second tour,
that first day was enough for you.
That first day. I ended up. I have an anxiety issue now. So along with it's PTSD, but it's a major anxiety disorder. But
it's like you can't sleep or
some of everything.
Is that why you work so much?
Yeah, and so I have insomnia. I overthink and overanalyze everything, and I'm always on high alert.
You see, to somebody that's a problem, but to where you coming from and what you've been through, that's kind of like survival.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's tough. That's tough, man. I would assume being your time in Iraq, even though in '97 you trying to get out of Augusta, you wanted to come back.
I didn't want to
come back home.
I didn't want to come back home. What happened was I retired 2010, medically retired 2010, and I was in North Carolina, and I got a phone call. I had just started DJing, and one of my friends, who's a former Marine, Ron Allen, called me up and was like, "Hey man, I got these artists down here. We all in the clubs doing this stuff, man. You need to come on down here and DJ." Well, shoot, I am from Augusta. I could always just go home and DJ. I'm DJing up here.
Yeah,
I'm just go home and go DJ. I decided to come back to Augusta to DJ, and I should have stayed in North Carolina.
You still in?
I should have stayed where I was at. Man, I put all the working dues in up there. I should have stayed where I was at, but I'm here now.
You put working dudes in here too. Like
Yeah.
I said, but I think, and that's another thing too. Knowing your story. Sometimes I think when your story, especially in a small city like this, if your story don't start here, it's almost like they disregard it. They only know where you started here. So to somebody else, you started in 2010 to them.
You know what? That's
You know what I'm
exactly how it feels when I really yeah.
But in
I
reality,
did.
you started in 2004.
Yeah.
Or, whenever you started from the club. So, but they only see what they see.
Yeah.
He started in 2010. He only been doing this for this long. Don't let him lie to you.
Exactly.
And that'll be long to somebody else. Because that's CNN now.
We never seen him DJ. We don't know him. We never heard of him.
Right.
Well, I just moved here first of all, but
Yeah.
you can go ask everybody here and they'll tell you.
And yeah, actually, it could be even higher than those who they're saying are from, been here longer and stuff like that. But so like talking about your DJing thing. So I know Ron Allen, so we could blame him for you coming back now. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so Ron Allen, you got to come back to the city. And how close are you two? Like, what's your relationship like?
Oh man, that's my dude. Ron was one of the other guys that went into the Marine Corps with me. He's also in the Band of Brothers.
Yeah.
But that's my dude, man. 100
Yeah,
grand.
he a cool dude, man. He a cool dude. All right, so let's talk about DJing a little bit. Just in the city. Now we here. You know what I'm saying?
All right, here we go.
And it's unclear how I built this up in my mind is now anybody that's watching this, that if people still care about full context rather,
Yeah.
and they watch the whole thing, not just clips that I'm gonna put out, the work ethic is already there. So that's one thing I wanted to show, that you had the work ethic.
Yeah.
Everything shows that, from upbringing, 11 years old, life changing, Marines, life changing, North Carolina, life changing, Iraq, life changing, trying to take pictures, life changing. Real quick, the pictures. Did you keep the camera or?
Believe it or not, I still have that exact camera. Never
That's
got the
dope.
film developed.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy. You need to go and do that.
Never.
That'd be good,
I was
bro.
scared to. I was scared to. I was scared. I have it in a box, and once a year, I actually open the box and look at the pictures that I do have. I look at those, and I look at that actual camera that's still there that I never got developed.
Yeah, that's a crazy story, bro. That's a story. That's a story.
It's a memory. I will never ever develop that.
Let's talk about you coming down. So the climate change. Let's talk about the difference between when you was at North Carolina and Augusta.
Simple pay. Just the pay was just different. I didn't in North Carolina. When I said I was a DJ, oh, you a DJ? Cool. Hey, we gonna pay you this. Come do this party right here. Here, hey, I'm a DJ. Oh, we ain't never heard of you. What station you on? Why I gotta be on a radio station to be a DJ? I'm a DJ. I'm not on a radio station. Well, we pay the DJs this here. Y'all playing, right? This just a deposit. Where's the rest of it? Because I know this is not it. Like, I was a rookie DJ somewhere else getting
more,
way more, and y'all saying this is the top dollar here? Oh, hell no.
Oh yeah, I don't blame you. So and with that, like, did you always have an eye for another job you do? So far I added jobs to your list, right?
Yeah.
Another job you do. You got conversationalist. You got activist, of course. You got tutor.
Yeah.
And then I also think you kind of put the hat on of artist development a lot of times.
Yes.
I feel like, you try to develop artists, things they can do to start their career. Did you see that early on, like people making mistakes that had talent? Because as a DJ, you get to see everything. It's more than music. You get to see everything.
I didn't see it at first. I wasn't even into the artist aspect until I started working, came back home, started working with Ron a little bit, started dabbling with the artists, had a few artists of my own, was trying to push them, and just stuff wasn't working. And I didn't understand at the time why it wasn't working. It just was not working. I didn't start really figuring stuff out until I started going to get my degree. And then that's when things kind of changed for me, and I started researching and looking at stuff a little differently.
What's your degree in?
Business administration with a concentration in procurement and contracting, and I have a minor in human resources.
All right, you want to add that to the list? HR. All right, add HR to the list. You got human resources knowledge, and also he's educated. So I'm just making sure you're decorated, because when you watch this, Anybody that don't know you don't know these things. And like I said, I know you do a lot of things.
Facts.
And I don't. You got two type of people that do a lot of things. You got one type that is in a lot of stuff. They just around a lot of stuff because maybe they networking, they doing whatever, but they're not necessarily in there. But you are in a lot of things. Like your name is you have produced a lot of different things that's going on in the city. Yeah. And now I know why you're decorated, so it just makes sense. But going back to when you came back to Augusta, so what made you stay then? Like,
I've traveled. I mean, I've been to North. I've been to Iraq. I've been to Okinawa. I've been whoever. I've been to Iraq. Not Iraq, but Africa. I've been to Italy. I mean, I've traveled to different places. Believe it or not, a lot of people don't realize I literally started DJing in Italy before North Carolina.
Oh damn!
Italy was the first place I DJ'd at.
When you played out there, like how can you?
Believe it or not, I played pretty good. It was American music. They didn't care.
Oh yeah, okay. You played what you wanted to hear?
Yeah, I just played what I wanted to hear. Okay,
yeah.
I like this song. I like this song. So anything I played, they danced to. So it was cool. It worked out.
That's dope, man.
I liked it.
It's dope that you've been to so many places too, because that also, I think, when we talk about Augusta in the sense of just, me and you spoke before we started on air, our mindset. I think a lot of time when you from a place for so long, you develop a mindset that only relates to that one place.
Yeah.
And then when you go other places, or you're from another place or a bigger place, and you've been multiple places, and you hear your mindset, you look at this city differently.
Yeah.
Somebody might say, "Oh, it's just Augusta, all right, cool." But then people like me or you might see something like, "No, this is more than what you think it is. History behind here. You can do this, you can do that," because we done been to other places seeing it done.
Yeah. And that's what it is. When you have been to bigger cities or other countries and stuff, and you see how they do things. Even for me, I went right from Augusta straight to Okinawa, Japan. I went to a whole nother country that doesn't even speak my language or anything. So I had to literally learn their language and learn their customs and go out and live like them. And in the process, oh wow, it's different, but it's different like this. I see why it works with them doing it this way. But dang, why do we do it that way? Why do we think like that? That don't make so. Again, going to the different places, I got to be among them and live like them, and just to see. I got to see the world different. Yeah. I didn't see everything from just Augusta's, eye view, from just that small point of view. Now I get to see it from a broader perspective. So so moving back here, it was moving around and doing stuff here, networking here was easier for me. Okay, I don't have to talk to you, or you. I just need to talk to this person here.
Yeah.
Because again, being in other places, I learned that. I saw that. Okay, I don't have to do stuff this way. I can do it this way here. I'm gonna just let y'all do it that way.
I say a lot of times, like even if you take going to a different city out of it, I just think a lot of times if you look at your life lessons and things that you deal with in life, it'll tell you that. I work in retail, right? But what I do now is a little different than I've been doing before. And like you'll call somebody and be like, "Hey, look, man, this was going on. I don't know what we can do to fix it." They be like, "Hey, call this person," and that's like the person that's gonna get it done, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn. 2 years ago, I just said, hey, we can't do it, man. There's no way we can do it. But that one person got it done. So like even looking at something like that, like there's always a solution to something.
Yeah.
You can't just be back. And I think that sometimes if you don't take that with you everywhere you go, you know what I'm saying? Like you'll back down, or you'll have this mindset of it's only this box I'm seeing.
Yeah.
But it's things outside that box, things make that box move left, make that box move right, make the box open up, make it close. It's like so much thing. And a box it could be anything, life, opportunities, all that stuff. It's about knowing the right people.
Yep.
Which is why I'm coming to my next point of like networking. I just posted a video a little bit about it, but I think that people they underestimate the power of networking.
They do and they don't. It's not. I don't think it's they underestimate it. They don't know honestly how to use their network. They pull people into network thinking, "Oh, we're friends now. You're supposed to do this for me." They don't understand what networking in teams is. Yeah, we cool, we know each other, but hey, here's your fee for the month for you to take care of what I need you to take care of for me. They mix friendship and business relations.
Okay,
They
you going somewhere?
they can't separate that part. So because I know you, when we went to school together, our kids play football together, or basketball together, we go to the same church, I'm supposed to look out for you. Number one, because we both black. And then now because there's this association.
Yeah.
So I'm supposed to look out for you when, no, if we on a team, we on a network, again, if you the boss, you supposed to take care of everybody under you. Well, hey, you the boss. I'm the boss. You your boss, I'm my boss. If I'm paying you, I need you to do what you're supposed to do. I'm not looking at you. Yeah, we can still be friends and homeboys after the fact. But in this moment, business relationship, I need you to handle your business, I'm gonna handle mine.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I definitely think that what I was saying the other day when I mentioned the network versus popularity thing people talk about, and I was like, it's so much that go into networking that people understand. So people look at networking as, like you saying, we talking. Yeah. So right now I'm talking to you, talking to me. Oh yeah, network. I know Swag know man, cool. Like you mentioned me about something before, and you said, what's the fee? You didn't say, hey, do it because you know, the homie, you know what I'm saying? Band of brothers, that. Nah, you ain't doing that. You're like, what's the fee? Da 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 da. But my point with the networking thing is like it's so much that go into that. It's deeper than just talking. It's deeper than just getting each other contacts. It's how you treat people. You know what I'm saying? How you handle your business. When you pay me that fee, am I coming through? That's networking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You paying a fee. That's networking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Me referring you. That's networking. You referring me. It's more than just. It's not a favor for favor. It's not
Facts.
You scratch my back, I scratch your back. It's let's get the business done.
Yep.
You got good business practices. So when somebody say, hey, you know a good DJ? Oh yeah, let's get Swag. This is price, da da da. But he gonna come through. He gonna be on time. He gonna have this. He gonna have this. He gonna have this. If this happen, he gonna do this. He gonna do this. He gonna do this. That's networking. It's not. Oh, I got a homeboy. He'll do it for low. Don't worry about it. That's not networking. That's bad business.
Exactly.
Don't use me. That's okay. Don't use me. I don't want to be the homeboy. I want to be the homeboy.
I see that a lot.
So I get your point there. Like the networking that needs to be talked about more. Cause I think people use that as a tool to get a cheaper price, rather than a tool to. I do good business. We're gonna work together, do business. Cause like you like, and it's all for future opportunities. That's the thing about networking.
That's how I feel. What I tell a lot of the artists that I work with, what I tell them what they need to do in their networking is when they go to meet somebody, find a way to get that individual some money. Even if it doesn't come from them, take other people to them that's going to give them money.
Yep.
Don't take nobody to them that's going to want something or want a discount. No, take them some money. So my thing is, if I constantly bring you money and I hadn't came to you and asked you for anything, but you've had 6 or 7 people say, hey, such and such Swag sent me to you. When I do come to you, what are you going to do for me?
Exactly. You're going to look out. Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? That's how you work your network. You don't go to me and, hey, man, I want to, let's link. That ain't it. That ain't, no.
Now I'm straight, buddy.
We good. We ain't got to do nothing. No, I want you to send me 6 or 7 people. Hey, man said to come see you. Hey, he go $200, you know what I'm saying, for your service. Hey, appreciate it. Hey, I heard about you too. Man said to come see you. Hey, man said, dang, who the hell is man? Hey, let me come. Hey, man, what's good? Hey, appreciate you sending everybody over here. Hey, come on through. Let me come out and let you.
Right.
It's that. They don't even realize you could do stuff like that and get a kickback.
Yep.
You sent me money. I don't even know who you are, but I don't have 10 people say your name, and now I'm sitting here with $5,000.
Yep.
You think I'm just gonna sit here and say I made that? Nah. Hey, bro, let me holler at you, Rick. I got something for you. Appreciate you.
I think that's dope too, because when you think about the networking part, it's so much. It's so many different levels to it. But even if me and you sitting down here talking, right, and you bring up an entity, or I bring up an entity, and you speak highly of the entity, I might not spend money with them, but you spoke highly of them. I might value your opinion so much that when I speak of them, I'm also gonna speak highly of them because you spoke highly of them. I don't know them from nothing.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, they're good people. They do good business. I can say that because somebody that I value their opinion and said it, right?
Yeah.
That's also networking. Like
exactly.
The tongue is powerful. So I'm telling people like you can't just go around saying bad things about somebody because like, it goes around, comes around too. But I think when you look at the stuff you're talking about now with the whole, the awards and the nomination, all that stuff play a factor. And I think people look at it like, no, this person know this person, so they did that. But that's networking anyway. But it's deeper than just I know that person. It's like it's a whole bunch of variables you have to check off for me to be like, this the person.
Not only that, what would it be for me if I speak highly on somebody? It's not the character I'm speaking on; it's their work ethic.
Yep, that's the ethic.
There are people who I don't even know personally, but I see the work ethic and I hear so much about them. I recommend them. Never use them before myself, but hey, you need what? Oh, hey, that's such and such. Hey, go. How you know? Hey, I heard. I know. Just go to such and such.
Yep.
It's that like, but we don't. Sometimes we don't like to do that with each other because we don't.
So
I
weird.
don't want to big up somebody else because then that's gonna make me look bad.
Yep.
I big up other DJs all the time. I have no problem. Zale, Sellers, Dot Bangers, Stacks, Bizzo, a bunch of DJs. I have no problem big upping them. I throw them gigs. If I don't want to do something or I can't do something, I'm calling one. Hey, you busy? Hey, I got something for you. Here you go.
That's also networking. Yep. Because that's the thing, and I always tell people like it's enough for everybody because there's gonna be things you just can't do. Like whether it's you might have a game you gotta go to, you might have a commitment somewhere else. I can't do it, but you know what? These two people, this person right here, he'll get you right. This person right here get you right. That's networking. I do that all the
Exactly.
time. I don't produce no one. They be like, hey, who can do? I do this one, but I'm gonna hit you up with Slim. He doing that right now. Blah blah blah. Sending him bread. And so when I need something from Slim, he'll ask me the price. He's like, I got you. Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
Because I'm sending you so much work. It's just like he probably feel like he can't pay me half the time. Like you send me all these clients, I don't know what to do with them. You know what I'm saying? So networking, it's so much involved in that I think people, like you said, they don't understand what it really is.
Yeah.
They don't understand what it is. So I do like that. I do like that idea of it. But with you also got your own studio. So like, tell me about how that came about, or the mindset to get your own studio. Because you were DJing for a while. What made you say I'm gonna get my own studio? That's in Augusta. You already knew that they were cheap.
I've always had a studio when I've been here in Augusta.
Oh, word?
So when I moved back to Augusta, even when I stayed, when I moved back to Augusta, stayed in my mom's house for a little bit. Then I ended up moving to Foxden Apartments, and I had a studio. I literally had a studio in Foxden Apartments before I finally moved on up and got my own house and everything. And I've always had a studio inside of my house. It was just, I've always had a studio. Like I said, I had artists and everything, but what the turning point was when I linked up with Spielberg. Me and him joined forces, and he moved his studio into my house. And that kind of like changed a lot of stuff. I was on a new direction.
Yeah. So, did you ever want to DJ on radio, or was that just something you just didn't want to do? You didn't care for it?
No, I actually did. I wanted to DJ on the radio. Actually, go in, set up like the other DJs, play and DJ live on the radio. But I was told I could submit some mixes and they'll take a listen to them. If they like them, they'll get back with me. I ain't like that answer.
I don't like it either. I hear it now.
I didn't like the answer, and it was at the time it was no disrespect, but I was making just as much doing what DJing in the places I was DJing at than the radio DJs. I was just making just as much, if not more, than the majority of them. So y'all pay them, let them be on the radio and DJ. But I make more than them out here, and I got my own everything, my own studio, my own equipment, my own everything, and you won't pay me? Okay, cool. That's cool. I just make my own radio station. That's fine. I don't want to DJ with you no more.
There you go. And then now, is that how Ryan Radio came about?
That's how Ryan. Well, first it was Underground Augusta. Shout out to Trey Williams, because he had the Underground Augusta magazine back then. Okay. And he had the magazine, and I just said, "Hey, I'm gonna build a radio station for your magazine, not the magazine, the website." I said, "I'm gonna build a radio station for the website now for the artists." And
networking
had that for 6 months, and I didn't like it. I was playing the music, but it wasn't benefiting the artists the way that I felt like it should. So went back to the drawing board. Came out with Round Here Radio, which it wasn't the first of its kind, but it was the first in the Southeast region.
BDS, what was it?
BDS Monitor internet radio station.
Okay.
So
what year was this?
This was 2015, 16.
Okay. Okay, so around the time that I even met you, you had actually just kind of you just was starting it.
Yeah, I had just
I would
started.
never guess that you had all the equipment that looked set. Like you said, when you find somebody, you seeing somebody at a certain level, not knowing what they done been through. Like I'm seeing you 2 years in, but I'm thinking you did it 10 years because whatever however it looked.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always felt like when I went there, your studio probably was the first studio I've been in, first real studio I've been in where I felt like when I walked in there, I could instantly tell the difference when you in a regular room and when you in a studio room.
Yeah.
It just the sound. It's almost like walking in the airplane. You just feel it. You feel a difference. Everything padded.
Yeah. Having the house studio did that. Having everybody come to the house and you kind of confined to that one area and you got your family and all of that there. And I was like, it's cool, but we not getting the most out of this. And then we can't let a lot of people come to the house because this is my house. Like, I can't have everybody in here knowing where I stay at.
Yeah.
So when we got the building, it was, as soon as I walked in, I was like, okay, I actually pretty much designed everything. I picked out the color schemes. I built 75% of what you saw in there. I was hands-on and drove the nails to do that stuff. So I wanted it to have that home feel, but the professional look.
Got you.
So that when you, like you said, when you came in the door, instantly you were comfortable, but you were ready to work.
Right.
And every time you went to another room, it just inspired you to even want to work even more.
Right, right.
So by the time you got to the actual booth, you've been through like 2-3 rooms.
I know, right?
you ready to go now. You don't look at all the rooms like, oh man, I'm ready to get in the booth now.
Right.
And you hadn't even been in the booth, and the booth is hot. So
at what point did you start to say, okay, well, or at what point? Let me ask a different question. Do you feel like the artists, the artists in Augusta, utilize the platform to the best of their ability? That's the best way to answer that question.
Nope.
There we go.
Hell no.
And what ways could they utilize it more? Because I personally, like, even what I do, I feel like when I first started, artists didn't necessarily utilize it. And what happens, they don't really catch a wave until it's a wave already. But now I'm on something different. If that makes sense.
I'm with you. I'm here in Augusta. This radio station honestly was created for the artists in this area. I get more artists from out of, hell, not just out of the city, out of the state. Hell, I even got artists out of the country that are in tune with me more and network with me more and literally pay for my services more than the artists here in their own city. And they're right here with it. Like you said, they're waiting for me to blow up somewhere else for them to say, oh yeah, he right there. I know him. And then when they really want to come through, the price is gonna be different.
Yep.
They look at me and like, oh, you right here in Augusta. I'm local by address, not by what I do. I just choose to stay here. I could have moved to anywhere else and did what I'm doing. But I'm here for you because nobody else is here doing what I do. So,
and I know, like, for me, when you post a lot about certain things. I'm gonna read a few posts back to you and we'll discuss them. Nothing crazy, just two recent ones. And you had some wild ones in the past that I love them though. I laugh at it. It's funny. Like I told you off air, like a lot of time when you're explaining things, it come up as funny because you have to joke. Because if you don't, you're gonna seem like the angry black guy.
Yeah,
and that's very easy because minute you're mad and you black, you're angry. That's it. If you're anything but happy and you black, you're angry.
Facts.
Or you depressed. It's either that. You're either angry, depressed, or happy. It's the only three moves for somebody that's black. But yeah, so I noticed a lot of times like you'll try to say, I don't know if it's because you had dealt with somebody or dealt with a few people, but you be like, hey artists, y'all should do this. Y'all should do this. Hey artists, I'm here for this. I'm here for this. Hey artists, maybe you should start doing this. Get your song on radio. Do you find that artists are trying to like go the cheaper way instead of actually paving their own way, or I guess what term we use? Putting in the work, like work ethic, carrying the crates.
They ain't carrying crates. They're not putting in no dues. They're the cheapest and the fastest route is what these artists are trying to do. So anything to go viral, they're looking for, I call it Pop-Tart. They're looking for the instant gratification, like right here, right now. They want to put it in the toaster. A couple of seconds later, it's going to come up and it's hot. They're ready to go. That's not how the music industry works. If it was, everybody would be on. But artists don't even understand numbers. They don't even realize that it's thousands, not hundreds of you doing it. It's thousands of you doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, you're right.
So what separates you? I'm hotter than Lil Baby. Well, how? First of all, he's got a budget. First off,
yeah,
he's actually signed. You're not. You don't even have the work ethic he has. How are you better? It's the reality check. And that's what I do for him. I give them the reality check. It's truth hurts. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I could sugarcoat it even more than what I did. I could be nice about it. Why? Because you're gonna turn around and you're gonna go pay an executive in Atlanta or New York or Texas or California, wherever you go, and take them your music. You're gonna pay them top dollar for them to sit right there in your face in 2 minutes and play you and say something harsh to you and send you on your way.
Why do that? You get it for free here.
Exactly. So why do all that when you can just listen to me and I'm gonna tell you exactly what they gonna say, and you didn't pay nothing.
Yep.
So why take them the money when you can come take me the money and do what I say? And when you go to them, they're gonna give you money.
Right.
You're not giving them money now.
So I guess the follow-up question that is like, do you think just in the city, maybe just in the city or just in general, do you think we are lacking in artist development at this point?
It is artist development.
Or do we need to bring it back rather?
It's more business. It's not so much artist development. It's business. The artists don't understand how to handle business. It's not so much artist. For me, artist development is more towards the stage performance and your interviews and all of that stuff. For me, they need business management classes, music business management classes. This is how this stuff works this way. This is why you do this paperwork. This is why you do split sheets. This is why you're registered with BMI, ASCAP, and Sound Exchange. They need that stuff. They need the knowledge base of the business.
You know, I know a good amount of artists, and some of my favorite ones are the ones that do know the business side of it. And when you listen to them, sometimes you think because they're not as popular as some artists out here, but they got their business right. And I admire that. I don't know. I just admire that so much.
And if you actually go and look at the numbers, they're moving. They're the better artists than the popular artists.
9 times out of 10, that's how it is. Yep.
And the artists with not only the knowledge, but the money to put behind the knowledge to do it is going to be talent every single day.
I want to talk about that real quick since you brought it up. Matter of fact, I had that on my list, but I forgot about it. The importance of investing in what you're doing. You mentioned the budget. That ain't nothing but investing in what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? How important is that for artists, whether it's an artist, whether it's a DJ, whether it's a podcast, whether it's somebody who they got their own entity that's in entertainment trying to push something?
That's the most important thing. How can you support your dream if you're not going to put money into it? How do you expect somebody else to support your dream and you're not supporting your dream? How are you going to go from one level to the next and you don't put anything into it? When I started DJing, my turntables came from a pawn shop that my wife went and put the down payment on for. I just had to pay the remaining balance to get them. I still have those turntables to this day in my garage. I don't use them, but though, you see what I'm saying? Like that was my first thing. That's what made me a DJ.
Sentimental too.
Now I have 4 or 5 different controllers. I got speakers galore, but it's investment. That's what separates me from the other DJs. So if you call me to say, hey, I need a DJ for homecoming, I mean, you could call the other DJs, or you can call somebody like me where you'll hear me for 3 miles down the road.
Yeah.
It's the investment. If you're gonna pay for something, know what you're paying for.
You know, and that's the thing. Like I talk about that. Obviously, for me, it's a podcast in a sense, but I be telling people that I be like, well, Cause like I said, you got equipment, so I might buy microphones. I got these that you got right now. These are more expensive mic, but then I got your regular ones. Depending, I'm at home. I got them everywhere. I got some at home. I got some in the studio. I got some here. I got so much equipment that if you hit me up and I'm in Aiken and it's 5 p.m., you might meet me in Aiken. I can still do a podcast with you because I got equipment in other places. Because I'm investing in myself. Cause I want to go.
Exactly.
You know? That's what separates certain people apart from everybody else. I was telling somebody the other day, we was talking and they were saying how somebody was upset they wasn't on the list of the podcast. And I was like, well, I'm not saying that because you get it produced somewhere or you don't have your own stuff that you can't, compete. But it's really hard for you to stand out when really you rely on another podcaster to make sure that you get your podcast out. That's
Facts.
crazy. That's crazy. I can't imagine that. You know what I'm saying?
That's and I'm glad you brought that up. That's what a lot of it be. It's not even that. Or DJs. I'm the hottest DJ. I'm the best DJ. Well, bro, you literally just came and rented my speakers.
And it's not even that. This is just like you can't.
You just came and got music from me to go DJ with.
That's my music.
You see what I'm saying? So it's that. You know what I'm saying? It's the separation. Even with the podcast, like I love how you do your podcast. You know what I'm saying? I love. You know what I'm saying, every time I come see you when you're doing a podcast, you got something new, some new equipment. It's that investment. The artists don't believe in that. They don't do that. Mm-mm. They go and make a project and they just throw it on social media. They don't even think, well, dang, maybe I need to take a couple of dollars and put it to advertising. Yep. Dang, maybe I need to take it a couple of dollars. Let me go take it to Swag so he can put it on the radio station and spin it and I can get an interview. Let me take this DJ over here some money so let me go take some money over here to Dorian so he can do my graphics. Let me go take some money to Chris Amastar so he can do my photo. You see what I'm saying? They don't
talking now.
They don't put it all together. Yeah, it costs money. If you're independent, it's on you. The only reason why you go to a label is so that it's not on you.
Yep. So that anything budgeted. But it's the thing. So imagine that. Imagine you can't carry yourself independently, but you want to get signed. What you gonna do then?
Exactly.
Or because it's the same thing. That all that's gonna happen now is they're gonna say, "Oh, we're gonna hold your money for it because you know what you're doing."
Exactly.
Because you just spend their money crazy now.
Exactly. They're gonna say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna sign you to the label." Oh, you want to studio? Oh yeah, go ahead, go to the studio. Oh, you want this? You want that? Go ahead.
Now you locked in.
Guess what? When that album come out, it go play and it go platinum. Because guess what? They gonna put the machine behind it so it can go platinum. You know why they put the machine behind it so it can go platinum? Because all that money they spent on your ass, they getting it back before you get a single dime. You not seeing nothing until every single debt of yours is wiped clean, and then you'll start seeing your money.
Yep. Return on investment. You got it, and that's business. Yep. You know what I'm saying? That's business. But yeah, like just back to with the studio and things of that nature. Did you feel like when you did create it, because you created for Augusta, you had your own mindset of what it was going to be for the city and stuff like that? Has any of that ever came to fruition for you, or did you just kind of navigate and change your mindset based on what you were seeing?
Anything I do is intentional. I was shown it and I accomplished it, and I'm literally working on the next because of what I've already been shown. It was. I purposely did everything the way that I did because that's how it was supposed to have been done. That was the only way I was going to learn what I was supposed to learn so I could go on to the next.
Yeah, okay. I like that, though. So I'm going to pull up one of these polls. I only got two, so I ain't go digging the crates, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I ain't going to do that to you,
I got some
man.
Throwbacks out there.
You got some wild ones, man.
I got plenty of phone calls about some of the stuff I don't post it.
I'm going to start with this one because this is a heavy one, but I'm going to start with this one right here. It says, the bigger your ego and pride gets, the greater the chance you're overlooking opportunity.
Oh yeah.
Let's dive into that.
I was talking to the artists about that. What I noticed with a lot of the artists, they drop an album, they go in the studio, record music, drop an album, they hot all of a sudden. They the man. I'm the hottest in the city. Everybody shaking for me. Everybody rocking for me. You feel like you're so big that you miss you won't go to open mic showcases. I don't pay to perform. Well, you've never been on stage before. who are you?
I agree
Who are
with that.
you?
I agree.
You're mad about lists that you're on when your work ethic says you're not supposed to be on that list. Only one saying you're supposed to be on the list is you. When none of your friends even said you're supposed to be on the list. It's that. It's they like my boy Texas say, they want to be so big, but little won't let them.
That's dope. That's a
Shout out my boy Texas Banner brother. He says that all the time. They want to be so big that little
That's
won't
dope.
let them.
That's dope. That's deep. That's deep. That is deep.
I mean, it's the truth. It's not trying to down them or hurt them. It's not saying that they can't get there, but they don't do anything to get there. You just expect somebody just to put you there.
I think sometimes too, and it could be a small city mindset, and I think anybody can get caught up in that if you let it. If they don't move a certain way, but I think sometimes people get caught up in the praise of a 5 to 10 mile radius too. So if you getting praised 5 miles that way, 5 miles that way, and you ain't know that the city, like we said earlier, that's a big thing. That's big to you. It's like they like me from Old Savannah Road to the back of road. It's not like a road. This when you walking. If you driving, that's like 4 or 5 minutes.
They and again, that's that small town syndrome. They never really love. I mean, yeah, they might have been to Atlanta. I'm so, look.
That's not leaving, bro.
Look, okay, look.
That's not leaving.
If far as you don't
You were up the
been
block.
is Atlanta, Jacksonville, or Myrtle Beach, you have not traveled. You ain't went nowhere. Okay, just stop. If you ain't went on a plane and went across the states or across some water, you ain't been nowhere. You have not traveled. You're still in the same region that thinks and moves the exact same way.
I be talking about that when we had Fire Ice a while back too. Like we always talked about the fact that people will say, I'm tired of moving to Atlanta. I'm like, you just move up the block. You just move up the block. My thing is this. I don't know I haven't lived this, so I can't tell you. I just been there a little bit. But if what happens is sometimes people leave Augusta and go to Atlanta and then they encounter the same problems just in a bigger city. So now you come back.
They disappear in Atlanta.
It swallowed them.
I've seen so many artists leave here. Oh, I'm going to Atlanta, man. They show love. I'm going up there. I'm finna do this. And they're working a 9 to 5 today, doing nothing.
Yeah.
The reason being is like we talked about earlier off air. It's they don't understand their target audience. Augusta is a D market first and foremost. It's a D market. If you can't capitalize in a D market, you're not going to capitalize anywhere. It's 198,000 people in Augusta. Workforce wise, it's 240 something thousand people in Augusta. If you can't cater to 10% of 240,000, how are you going to Atlanta, which has between I think it's like 850,000 people in Atlanta? That's not including workforce. If you can't pull 10% here, how are you going to Atlanta to pull 10%?
Oh, I'm gonna tell you, the mindset is that in Atlanta, they're gonna walk up to you and just give you the support.
Nah.
And that's not, and that go back to what we saying, but paying dues, carrying crates. You gotta put the work in. I don't care where you at, how it goes. It's very rare. I'm not saying it didn't happen, it can't happen, it won't happen, but it's very rare that the support or whatever you're looking for is just gonna fall in your lap. That happens to very few people, and when it do happen to them, when things do get rough, they don't know how to maneuver through it because they ain't carry the crazy, they ain't put the dues in. Yeah. When you do that, it's like you know how to overcome certain things that happen in your life. Like you said, like if the lights go out or if the turntable don't work, once you put the work in and you get to that level, you know how to overcome certain problems when it's in front of you.
Exactly.
But something just falling in your lap, I wouldn't even want that. I wouldn't even want to just wake up tomorrow and I ain't saying I wouldn't want. I don't say that, but like if I had a lottery, that's different. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I lived a long life, man. I lived a long, not long, but a hard life. So I'll be okay with that. But I wouldn't want like to just wake up and something that I probably should have worked hard for just be handed to me. Cause I feel like that's an easy way to lose it as well, depending on who you are.
To me, it's not that I'm not wishing that anybody do lose it, but it's inevitable. It's going to happen because you're not prepared for it.
Yeah.
And to me, that's what Augusta is for any other major city and market. If you can't figure it out here, you're not going to go anywhere else and figure it out.
It's algebra. It don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like X plus it ain't gonna make sense. Like it's simple algebra. But you can't tell somebody that I'm gonna actually I'm gonna get a board. I'm gonna might write this stuff down one day and actually do a video, make it funny or something. Maybe an asshole. I might call you up, might do some networking with you, do some networking. Let me read the next post. I ain't read the whole thing. It's kind of long. It's one you posted today though. It says,
Man.
I hear all the time, Swag, you should do this and this and this and that for the artists. Why do I have to do more for people who refuse to do for themselves? Nope, not doing it. The platforms I have created or are a part of are more than enough to help artists. You being independent does not mean you don't pay for services and opportunities. It means you are the one paying for those services or opportunities that you need with your own money. If you can't take the advantage of the numerous opportunities that a select few have made readily available for you to advance your career, or you feel like you can't pay for services in the city, just like you pay for services outside the city, stop asking for my advice. Stop looking for cheap services. Stop saying let's link. You hate linking, huh?
Yeah, that's my thing. Now. I get that all the time.
Stop wasting my time and yours. Just stop. Truth be told, I want to see you win way more than I want your money. Ooh, that's dope. I want to see you win way more than I want your money.
True story. Spielberger, back me up. Y'all can ask Spielberg on this. I have this rule. I had this rule. I got rid of it, but I had this rule in the studio. If I came in the studio and I heard you in the booth and I didn't like it, or I didn't like the way you were recording, I would make Spielberg give you your money back and kick you out.
Damn.
I was that bad in the beginning.
I kind of see the assholeness a little bit, but I like that though.
I was that bad. To me, my thing is our studio is professional.
Yeah.
If you come in here, that means you're ready to work. If you're in the booth and you don't, since I've been in there, you don't told the producer to take it back 50 times already because you don't messed up. And that's just the hook for the song. We ain't even got to the first verse or nothing. That's just the hook. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to go home and practice. Get him his money back. We'll try this another day. You serious? Yeah, I'm so serious. You go ahead, go home, and you'll go practice that. You come back. You call him when you ready.
So you come. Yeah, it's a meme where like somebody taking headphones off. I just hey, give him money back. Give him money back. You gotta go, bro.
Yeah, I don't
get right. Come back next week.
I don't open booth doors and call them out the booth and everything. Yeah, I've done that. I don't do that anymore. I don't. Whatever you pay for your time, that's what you want to come in there, dude. That's what you did. You did. Just don't ask me for my opinion because you're gonna get your feelings hurt.
That is funny, man. Damn, that's funny.
Yeah.
But with Round Here Radio, right? What is in your opinion? Like, what do you want it to mean to the city?
I don't want it to mean nothing to the city, believe it or not. I don't. I created it. Again, it's one of the many platforms that I have. I created it for the independent artists. It's not my station, it's their station. It's for them, it's for the artists in the CSRA first and foremost to have a platform. Because outside of my platform, there is not a single other platform that plays DDS monitored music on a consistent basis. There isn't one. You can't get none of the terrestrial stations. There are other internet radio stations, but nobody else is even has the fan base that I have in comparison. So no, there is no other platform that cares enough to even play your music outside of the streaming platforms.
So if you was talking to an artist and they came to you, maybe they paid for a consultation or whatever, or they said let's link, but they paid you money to link, and they bought their business, right? How would you describe what services you guys offer and how can it help them musically or
when you pay that consultation fee and you sit in front of me, we're going from the time you decided to be a rapper or singer or whatever, and I want to know everything about you and what you have done business-wise for yourself. Do you have EIN, LLC, bank account for your artist name? Are you registered? Who you registered with? Who's handling your publishing? Okay, well, who's doing all your marketing? Where's your music? Who's your producers? Who's your graphic person? Who's done your flyers? Who's done your EPK? I go through the whole shebang with you. The reason I go through that, because if you don't have the answers, I'm gonna tell you who your team should be. I'm gonna give you names. Here, you hit this person, hit this person, hit this person. That's me testing that artist right then and there. Because you pay for that, I'm gonna give you the whole blueprint that you need. You follow that blueprint, I promise you in 9 months, they'll be paying you to perform somewhere. If you do it the way I said it. If you don't do it, you'll be right back at square one.
I think the double thing about that is that's also can fall under that networking umbrella, because let's say they do follow everything you're saying, right? Two things that happen. Now, one, they're gonna look at you like, yo, they're gonna send every artist to you because like he got me right. He gonna get you right. He gonna make you know everything you didn't know. That's one thing. And then two, you seeing somebody who's serious about their craft now.
Yep.
So they done followed the blueprint, they done did it, and they probably getting paid 9 months later for show. So it's like it worked both hand in hand.
Yeah,
that's
it works
networking.
hand in hand.
That's perfectly networking.
And again, I'm not doing it. Yes, you have to pay for your service. I'm not doing it to make money off you. Because like you said, at the end of the day, when you make it, and if you do it the way I said, because you paid me to tell you to do it this way, and you make it, guess what? You're a success story now.
Yeah, exactly.
You're a success. It's not about the money. You're the success story because you did it the way that nobody else did it, because everybody else is doing it this other way here. Nobody listen to me all the way yet. So do it my way. Tell me how much success you have.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is, you can't sit here and say you're not going to have success, because look at me. I'm a radio station owner and everything else, and I have success.
Yeah.
If I had the knowledge and I'm telling you this, and I'm not saying I'm looking down at you, but I'm at this level, why wouldn't you want to listen?
Yeah, but you're not looking down. You're trying to pull them up.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to pull you up. I'm not looking down to be snobbish. I'm looking down to say, hey,
come with me.
Here's my hand. Let's go.
Yeah, that's dope though, and but that's also networking. And all that goes into play. And I just feel like, to me, that's a theme I think people need to really like talk about and look into, and just really sit down and ask themselves, are they doing it to the best of their ability? Because like I said, Augusta, you got people like you who have multiple platforms, multiple streams of income, multiple successes in different areas.
Yeah.
You got successful business owners and all that in the city. It's no way I feel like even being here where you can't get the answers. It's so many people with the answers that you can go to. So it's no way you're networking and you don't have the answers.
Yeah. The answers are here. What a lot of artists, where they get messed up at, is some of their friends or kinfolk, because they don't deal with certain people. First and foremost, in business, it don't matter if you don't like a person or not. It's business. If I got to go through you to get my bag, but I don't like you, I'm going to suck it up for these 5-10 minutes and get my bag. I'm not going to let how I may feel or how you might feel dictate on me getting my bag, when all I got to do is chill for 5-10 minutes to get it. I can't work with you for 5-10 minutes because I hate you that much, but the bag is right there.
I always feel like my new thing I be saying is people pride and ego must cost too much. It must cost too much, because if I can't put it to the side to get XYZ, my pride and ego must cost way too much.
There you go.
And there's no way you can't put that big of a price on your pride and ego. You got to move to the side.
But they do that, and that's why I say they overlook opportunities every single time, because your pride and ego was up there. You don't miss another opportunity when you could have just set it to the side, and that could have been your chance. That could have been your chance. That could have been your door to walk through. Mm-hmm. But because your ego and pride is so big, you just can't do it. You can't let it go. Now what?
Yeah, man. I'm with you on that. And I feel like a lot of times, like a lot of your ideologies you have, people can understand now knowing your story. You've seen it done in multiple places. You're not just speaking from a standpoint of, hey, I did this, so I'm saying this. It's more so like, I seen this done in North Carolina. I seen this done here. I seen it done here. I seen it done here. I feel like I know it can be done. You know what I'm saying? Like, you coming from a viewpoint of you're not just looking from Broad Street.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not looking from Broad. You probably are looking from Broad Street, but it's a Broad Street in every damn city and every town. So you're probably looking at multiple Broad Streets rather than one in Augusta.
Exactly. And believe me, and what a lot of them don't realize is I'm connected with, just like I'm me for Augusta. There's a me in every other city and state. Right. I'm connected with all of those people.
Yeah.
Even on Facebook, I speak and talk to a lot of those people, and people don't even realize, they think they're just regular people. But again, they look at me like I'm just a regular
Yeah,
person.
it's funny sometimes. I be going to do a hosting or somewhere I see. I say, oh, he here? Damn, everywhere. Like, and sometimes you don't be DJing, you just be there.
Nah, I'm everywhere.
And they be like, you know, Swagg? Like, yeah, I know. I'm just you working right now. I'm doing
yeah, I'm always doing. So like you said, I prefer to play the background. I'm in the shadows, putting in the actual work. It may be somebody else presents or whatever, but you guarantee if you see me there, I got something to do with it.
9 times out of 10, though, the answer's in the background too. Just FYI, I'm gonna tell you that the answer's be in the background. So anybody playing in the background, that probably person need to go grab their coat real quick and let me holler at you. So yeah, man. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, like talking to you was dope. I do feel like, you know, we need to have more subject-based conversations too. I do a lot of those. So next time it's a big subject, I want to sit down. We need to do my subject-based combos in that room where we both on camera, just kind of speaking on topics. And I think that'd be dope too. I feel like you got like a wealth of knowledge though, and I think even in this 90 minutes we've been talking, you can't really get it all out in one time. Because different, you know, things gonna bring up different scenarios and topics and stuff like that. But yeah, man, like I've seen you DJ at places. I watched you. I tried to watch you the last one I was at Ben Sisters event. And I was trying to watch you DJ. I said, nah, it looked too complicated for me. I can't do it. It looked too complicated for me. I was like, how is he? You took the music off, put it back on, you took the acapella out. I'm like, he doing too much now. It was good though. I just couldn't do it.
It's easy. I've been doing it so long. It's like riding a bike.
It's like I want to DJ. I be wanting to do it, but also I appreciate every form of art enough to like not step in it and I'm going 2 feet in it. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna play nobody DJ. DJing is a serious thing. I wouldn't play with it.
It is serious.
You got kids who gonna put their playlist on, put Apple Music playlist on, and just hit play. And that's DJing.
Yeah. Nah, that ain't it. It's hard, but it really is easy. You just have to really know music and have a love for music.
Well, this is the last question I got. So, what would you say? Like, what's your reply to someone who feels like they want to throw a good party, want to throw this, but they feel like in that party, in the budget, whatever the budget's for, they can afford to take the DJ out and just put their iPhone there.
You know what? Augusta's bad for this. Augusta, for some reason, in any and every event, the DJ is the lowest paid person. Everybody else here makes more money than the DJ. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I would never do this to y'all, but I'm gonna let y'all know something. Wait till about 11:30, 12 o'clock, 12:30 at night at your event that you having. Wait till the crowd is good and hype. If you the promoter, I want you to walk out the door right then when the party is hype. Walk out the door. What happens? Nothing, right? You just walked out the door. You the bartender. I want you to do the same thing. When the party is hype, walk out the door. What happens? Nothing, right? You the owner. You own the building. Walk out the door. What happens? Nothing, right? Let the DJ stop the music and walk out the door at that time frame. What's gonna happen?
Oh, they're gonna get mad.
Everybody going home, right? Party is over, vibe is done. So why is the person that's doing the biggest job, I'm not gonna say the biggest, one of the biggest jobs, why the person doing one of the biggest jobs not paid more handsomely? Not saying he's supposed to make what the owner making and pulling. No, I'm not saying that. But
pay them according to the key component they are.
Exactly.
Okay. I like that.
You're not paying the DJ because of our fan base. You paying me because if I turn this music off at 12:30, they walking out of here. You can do all the promoting you want to all week, but if I turn this music off, they out of here. Whose job is more important?
That's true. And I think I had a kid join him one time. He didn't go into it like he just went into. He kind of spoke around it. I had cooks on here. He was talking about being a bartender and what they make. And I've heard that even bartenders. But you made a good point just now. Like at the height of this event, at the height of it, that's what's going to determine who's more important.
It really is. Yeah, every single time. It never fails. You can have a sorry DJ. If your promoter does the job, people gonna come there, period. Even if the DJ's sorry. They'll stick around. Let him stop playing music though. He's gone. The whole crowd is gone. It don't matter if it's a sorry DJ or not. The minute the DJ stops playing music, your party is over with.
That's done. It's finished.
Pay the DJ.
I like that. I like that. Hey man, this was dope.
Pay us.
Tell them where they can find you at, man. Like, what's your socials,
Oh
your
man,
handles?
I'm on Facebook. I am DJ Swagg 706. Johnny Gregory, DJ Swagg for those who don't know me. Instagram DJ Swagg 706. On YouTube, Round Here Radio. Download the Round Here Radio app, available on Google Play and the Apple App Store. Visit bandofbrothersaugusta.org for Band of Brothers. We also host the Juneteenth Augusta celebration. Artists, don't forget about Juneteenth. You have to register for a chance to perform at Juneteenth. When the registration come out, there is no hitting swag up. Don't email me. Don't message me. Don't stop me in the streets. Go to the website. Register. That's the only way you're going to get a chance. And not everybody that registers will perform. I'm sorry. We ain't got but a few slots. That's just how it is. Where else? Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. That's everything. I'm very well.
Don't that I will say, because I spoke on it. I ain't going to spend too much time on it because we about to get out of here. But you mentioned something I thought about, and I definitely, it's times where I'm not going to lie, artists be saying things. And I feel like because they only looking at it from an artist perspective, they feel like they right. But that's why I would tell people in Augusta, just in the city, the climate we in, that you got to draw a line somewhere, and you got to realize when X over here don't equal X over here. So on one hand, you can't say, this is about politics, this is about popularity, it's about this, about that. And then when an entity says, make sure you sign up for something, and you be like, but it's me. It don't work that way, bro.
You see what I'm saying?
It don't work that way. And I was trying to tell the individual and the people that in general, it do not work that way. You can't be for the artist and feel like you above what the artist need to be doing.
Yep.
So either you for the artist or you for self.
Exactly.
Either you believe popularity or you don't believe in it. It's like you can't ride the wave to where it benefits you only. That's wrong.
Exactly. And that's what a lot of artists do.
So I want to make sure that was clear because I had a lot of issue with that the same thing.
That's a good point, man.
Yeah, man. Look, man, we out here. We just two black guys that know a little something about something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Just a little bit. But I appreciate you stopping by, man. This was dope.
Man,
you was on time. That's amazing.
I appreciate you having me, man. Thank you, man. I've been watching you more than the podcast shows for like forever. Like I love them, man. I watch the growth and everything. You always do some dope interviews.
I try, man. I try to make sure people can learn. I think my goal is education. But you from here or not from here, you gonna know that it's some smart motherfuckers down there.
I love it, man. I love it, man.
So
keep doing, bro.
I try, man. Hold it down, baby.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was dope. That was good.
Yeah, appreciate